Right, these are the directions on how to set up your dragons in genetics or dragon inheritance lab. So I'm going to skim through this first section. This is something you should read through and work on your own. This is just kind of a review on genetics. So how to do dominant and recessive, how to set up and complete a Punnett square. So what I'm going to be doing here is kind of walking you through a little bit on how to do the experimental procedure itself. So the first thing that you'll need to do is print off your page of chromosomes. So if you don't know where that is, check your email box. Everybody is going to get a set of chromosomes from me. So not every person in the class has the same exact set of chromosomes. So it will look something like this. So it has sets of bars with letters in it. So the top set of bars should be straight and the bottom set of bars should be a little wavy. So these are the chromosomes on top are the mom dragon. The chromosomes on the bottom, the wavy ones, are the dad dragon. So the first thing you're going to do is record the alleles from both sides of these chromosomes in your chart. So what we're talking about, and do not record the ones that are on my paper. You're going to record the ones that are on yours, but I'm going to use mine so you can see how this works. So hopefully you'll be able to see these. So if you look here, you can see my top ones are you've got W, then L, then A, then G. So what we're going to do is we're going to record the pair of letters because you can see both of these are the same chromosome because they contain the same letters with the same genes. So I just realized these probably look backwards to you, but I think you guys can probably read these. So what we're going to do is record these as pairs of letters because remember you've got two chromosomes or two alleles, two copies of each gene. So we're going to record these sets for each of the parents' chromosome sets. Again, do not record what I have in here. Do not type these into your data sheet. You're going to record what's on your worksheet, your set of chromosomes. I'm just using this as an example. So you're going to scroll down to page 4. It should look like this. So what you're going to do is in mom's column for the first chromosome, you're going to put in the letters for the wings. Now for the W's, if it is an uppercase W, there will be no underline. If it's a lowercase w, there will be an underline. So on mine, it's big W, and for the dad again are the squiggly ones on the bottom. So for mine, it's big W, little w. If you type them like that, I'll be able to see them. You don't have to try and put the underlines in for the small letters. I just put them in because you can't tell them apart on your chromosomes. And so you're just going to go down the chromosome like this for each of them. Again, use your letters on your chromosome sheet that you received in your email. So mine would be big L, and then I've got big L, little l. And so you just work your way down the worksheet for each of the chromosomes. So for the top, for this top part of the table, it's these solid chromosomes, meaning that the lines are solid. For the second table here, it's the dashed chromosomes. So if you look at the second set, they're dashed. And then the third set of the third table are the sex chromosomes, which are the little short ones that just have the X and Y's and H's and M's on them. So to fill out the sex chromosomes, some people get a little confused on these. So for the sex chromosomes, you're going to put in for mom. Dragons have the same sort of sex chromosomes we do, so X and Y's. So mom should have XX, dad should have XY. Horns are represented by H's on the chromosomes. So you can see mom has a big box because mom should have 2 letters. The horns are on the X chromosome though. So that's why dad only has half a box, because dad only gets 1 copy of the H chromosome. So he should only have 1 letter here. Spikes are only found on males. That's why we represent it by M. So mom will not get a spike. That's why I already filled that one out. And then dad, you're going to see if he's got a spike on his chromosome. If he does, then you're going to fill it in with an M. Once you've got that done, then you're going to go on to the next part. So if we go back up here, so that's 1 and 2. So you print off your chromosome page, you record the alleles from the chromosomes, then you're going to cut the chromosomes apart. So through the magic of computer television, I've already done this. So I've already cut mine apart. And what you're going to do, the easiest way to do it is to cut them and fold them. And then either tape them, mine are taped along the side, or you can staple them. But what you want is so that you've got 1 set of letters on each side. Okay, so it's wavy chromosome, it's dashed on both sides, so that you've got a 2-sided chromosome for each set. Once you've got that done, you can go to the next part, which is using the decoding chart for mom and dad. So you can set your chromosomes over to the side. So page 3 has the decoding chart. If you want to print off page 3 so that you can do this, that can be helpful, because page 3 is going to tell you what each of these characteristics are and how they work. So you can see all of these characteristics. So everything that is on, oh, it still says green. We would have been using green and yellow. So this would be actually the solid, and this one is the dashed. And let me change this chromosome. All right. So the solid chromosome, everything on the solid chromosome is regular dominant recessive. So if you get a dominant copy, you're going to have that characteristic. Now you'll see there's a little star here for skin color, and that is because if you go down here, if you end up with a dragon with little a, meaning that they have the homozygous recessive trait for skin pigment, that means your dragon is completely white. If your dragon is completely white, it's going to have white skin, so it can't make skin pigment. So the color, the green, doesn't matter. And also you can't have any freckles, because that's where freckles come from. So that's what the little asterisk is for. You can see on the dashed chromosome, fire breathing is also a dominant recessive. These two, which are toes and freckles, those are going to work a little differently, and we'll see that here in a second. Horns are also dominant recessive. And then the sex chromosomes work just how you expect, X and Y. So let's take a look at how the T and R, toes and freckles, work. So these are incompletely dominant alleles. So the combination gets you the number of toes. So if you are big T, if you are both dominant alleles, then you're going to get 5 toes. If you're heterozygous, you're going to get 4, which is the combination. And then if you're homozygous recessive, you're going to get 3 toes. You get homozygous dominant, you're going to get lots of freckles. If you're heterozygous, you get some. And if you're homozygous recessive, you get no freckles. So this is what you're going to do. used to decode your dragons, basically to figure out what they look like. So for example, here using mine again, we've got big W, big W. So that's two dominant alleles. The dominant has wings. So I'd come down here to mom and say has wings. Dad is heterozygous, big W, little w. So that means he also has wings because he has one copy of the dominant allele. So you're just going to work your way down for mom and dad's traits, for mom and dad's characteristics, until you get the table filled out. Once you're done with that, then what you're going to do is for each of the non-sex chromosomes and then the sex chromosomes, the ones that you cut out and taped and stapled together, these guys again, what you're going to do is you're going to drop each one. Or if you want, ooh, sorry, I don't know why PowerPoint opened up. If you want, you can take the whole pile and shuffle them together and toss them. But what we want to do is get them so that you have just one face up for each chromosome. Because what these are the ones that you're going to put in for your baby dragon. Because by tossing them one by one or shaking them all up like in a cup or something until and then tossing them out, that is basically meiosis. And so once you've done that, then you can take the ones that you have face up and you're going to come down to page 4 again, and you're going to fill in the alleles for the baby. So the ones that come from mom, the ones that are face up, you're going to type in to the egg column. The ones that come from dad, you're going to type into the sperm column. And then you're going to take those two letters together to figure out the phenotype, the trait for the baby. So does it have wings? Does it have a long neck or a short neck? And so on down. Once you have finished all of that and you've decoded everything, then you are going to draw your dragon. You need to draw your baby dragon, and you're not going to be able to draw that in your document. I do want you to type all of your stuff in the document, so all of this should be typed in here. Your answers to your questions should be typed in here. But I do want you to draw your dragon, so you can print this page off if you want to use it to trace the different parts of the dragon. So you can see there's a short neck and a long neck, a spike, fire, and so on. So you can trace these parts to trace your dragon, or you can freehand it and then take a picture and either paste it in here or submit that with your assignment. Then if you want, so you have to do that for your baby dragon. You have to submit a drawing for your baby dragon for credit. If you'd like extra credit, you can earn 2 extra credits by drawing your entire dragon family. So if you draw all 3 dragons, the mom dragon, the dad dragon, and the baby dragon with their matching traits, so make sure that you're reading the traits that you've got in your table here. Then if you've got your matching traits for all 3 of them drawn together, then you can earn those 2 extra credit points for all 3 dragons. Please let me know, as always, if you have any questions. Hopefully this helps out to figure out how you're going to do this lab. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.